Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining the Web3 Startup Pitching Session. My name is Sabine, and I'm the host and founder of CryptoPlay. To explain you about the process, every startup has 6 minutes to pitch their project, including Q&A. So please leave some time for the questions. After the 1 hour pitching session, I will create breakout rooms where every startup will join one room and the investors can join the breakout rooms of the startups they want to speak to. So William is already in the call from the founder and CEO of, co-founder and CEO of Jade City. So please go ahead and share your screen and start presenting your project.
To introduce everybody to Jade City, well, first I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Will. I have a background in mining, not crypto mining, but the kind of stuff that comes out of the ground. I've built 6 mines in my life and actually sold out of the mining industry about 12 years ago. And then 3 years ago, got invited back to help with a jade mine. And in the meantime, while I'd been out of the mining industry, I'd become very interested in crypto, cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, and built an education business in the space. So what is Jade City? How are we connecting Jade, which is obviously a real world asset, with a blockchain? Well, basically, we've created a platform where people can come on, they can buy a Jade-backed bond. They cost $1 each. You can buy 1,000 of them or whatever, $1,000. So a bond backed by Jade, and that you purchase that with stable coins, and that will pay you a yield in tokenized Jade. So essentially, lend dollars and earn tokenized Jade. And Jade City is co-founded by the owners of the world's largest Jade reserve. Just a bit of background on Jade, because a lot of people don't know much about it. In a nutshell, after diamonds, which is the most commonly sold Jade, the biggest market, a gemstone market in the world, Jade is in second place. If you were to take rubies, emeralds, sapphires, and all the other colored gemstones, just the Jade market in China is 500% bigger than the global market for all those stones added together. Jade can be $5 a kilogram if it's low quality, and it can be $5 million a kilogram if it's high quality. There was a Jade necklace that sold for $27 million. I'm going to skip that slide. Yes, our co-founder, as I said, they own the largest Jade mine in the world. It's a new mine, and 2 years ago, we were invited to help them get the mine into production, and we financed them through our trading company to the tune of $2 million. As a result, we have now, for Jade City, a contract where we can buy 13 million kilograms at $1 a kilogram, which is basically peanuts. We can get it for it's about an 80% discount. We've already bought 500,000 kilograms, so Jade City is already sitting on 500,000 kilograms of Jade. Final thing before we go blockchain, that is the mine over there on the left. It's a giant piece of Jade. It weighs 200 million kilograms, and it's sticking out of the ground like a giant iceberg. We've already started sending Jade to China, and commercialization will start very soon. So for Jade City, we've got the Jade City token, the JCT token, and it's a buy and burn token. So all profits made by Jade City are used to buy and burn the Jade City token. All right, so essentially it's a profit distribution mechanism, an alternative to a dividend. So how does the economy of Jade City work? So if you can imagine, if you're a DeFi user over here on the left, you come in, you buy a Jade-backed bond. Imagine you buy 1,000 of them for $1,000. That $1,000 gets used to purchase Jade under our discounted agreement with the mine, transport it, process it, and essentially $1,000 will turn into $2,000 of cash. From that $2,000, $1,000 goes back to the bondholder when they cash out their bond. Plus, they'll earn an APY, a high APY, about 24% in tokenized Jade. So simply lend dollars, get dollars back, and get a bunch of tokenized Jade on top of it. Between paying back the bondholder and the yield, it uses up about $1,200 of the $2,000. That leaves $800 left over. And after taxes and everything else, you have about $400 to go into the buy and burn. So simply, you can say for every $1 that comes in the front end, it will generate through the bonds. It will generate 40 cents of buy and burn pressure on the back end. Not enough time to go into it, but the tokenized Jade itself, because there's lots of different qualities of Jade, that will essentially be Jade loot boxes. So you'll be able to burn your tokenized Jade. Let's say you got 100 grams, you can burn it, and you end up with tokenization of a specific piece of Jade. If you're unlucky, you get a bad piece. If you're lucky, you get a really good piece. So you could do 50x, or you could lose 20%. And those are Jade loot boxes. in real life, Jade is already gamified. So just as a summary where we got to, we've got 500,000 kilos of Jade that we've already purchased. We've got a distribution partner in China. The test net's already built, mainnet ready to go. We got some VC backing, and we've got Seedify as our launchpad and TGE coming soon, hopefully when the market gets a bit better. We're in the strategic round right now. We've raised about 1 million of that 1.7. So we've got about 700,000 left to go. All the rounds are done at the same price. We've kept the FDV low at 7.7 million. And we just try to make it as fair as possible for everybody that gets involved. And then final thing I'll say is that this is just the beginning. Obviously, we're teamed up with the Jade Mine, so it makes sense that we start with Jade, but you could apply this economic concept, to pretty much any gemstone. And we're already in quite advanced conversations with Emerald and Sapphire and Tourmaline suppliers. So Jade today and other gemstones tomorrow, and that will be the growth of Jade City. We won't have lots of different tokens. All the buy and burns from all those gemstones will go into the Jade City token. And that's it. I got 30 seconds left.
Thank you very much. So one question, if you want to have, if you have a question, please unmute yourself. I guess everything was very
clear. No question.
I have a question. So there is an aspect of tokenization of those gemstones, right? Here in Malta, we have a project that is called Everest, and they do exactly that. They trade, I believe, actually jade stones, but what they do is they tokenize it, and then you can just throw it into DeFi. So my question is, do you have some collaborations with existing Web3 projects? Because you seem to be very strong on
at the moment. We have talked. We've talked to several. At the moment, we just want to get our thing going, and then we'll team up with more and more. Because obviously, if you're giving people tokenized jade, you want to give them ways that they could essentially use that as collateral and do all kinds of things with it. And that will be the partnering up with other platforms. So yes, that'll come. Okay, cool. It's just we're not quite there yet.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, William. And let's go to the next one, which is July from NettyWorth. Are you here? Are you ready? If so, then you can share your screen, please.
Perfect. Let's go over. All right. Could everyone hear me?
Sure.
Perfect. So my name is July. I'm a two-time founder, former fintech executive based out of San Francisco. And over the past year and a half, we basically created the first AI loan infrastructure that enables dApps to launch their own loan marketplace with AI agents and Web3 credit scores. The way we like to look at it is Visa and MasterCard is the infrastructure for payments in the Web2 space, and NettyWorth is the infrastructure for loans in the Web3 space. And again, over the past year, we reached 124 million in connected wallet value, over 7,000 monthly active users, generated revenue, and raised over 1.5 million from venture capital such as Outlier, Blockchain, Republic, Acacia, London, Rio, and a few YC alumni as well. The problem that we're solving is that these dApps lack a simple solution to implement loans because of the complexity. It's also a very manual process for their users to borrow and lend. And there's also lending risk where lenders cannot assess the borrower's credit worthiness. Our solution is a simple API SDK with AI agents that automate the borrowing and lending for users, and NettyScore, a Web3 credit score system that provides lenders insight into how many times a borrower has defaulted or repaid their loans. Why now? Because asset-backed loans surged. Actually, in Q1 of last year, surpassed 2.1 billion. It's now exceeding $5 billion. And as loan demand rises, these dApps are going to require new loan opportunities for both digital and real-world assets. Again, this is our traction, but most importantly, we've already signed up over 10 companies to use our infrastructure. Our goal is to target 15% of a nearly $10 billion market by 2028. And this is the team, 2X founders with exits. Ivan was my CTO at my first startup. He was also the head of DevOps for BASF. That's the largest chemical company in the world, and has over 20 years of IT development and security background. Alcides has been running a world-leading development agency for over 15 plus years. And I just want to highlight, as far as our advisors, we have YC alumni that had an exit with MasterCard, Christian, head of Rio Capital, and most importantly, Triton. He's the third largest liquidity provider for all digital backed loans. Our go-to-market strategy is simple. We're focusing on dApps, games, NFT, or RWA projects. So for us, we're the infrastructure. The asset really doesn't matter as long as it's on chain. Borrowing and lending solutions could be provided through us. Our growth strategy, we're hosting monthly events in San Francisco where we're getting 200 to 400 folks coming in. And this is very good because a lot of our partnership has come from this, where we're meeting a lot of developers. We're creating incentive programs for borrowing and lending and paying back their loans. We're collaborating with multiple projects as well. And again, I just want to highlight key partnerships already. Gabby himself, the founder, invested in us because he saw that we could be the infrastructure for borrowing and lending against gaming assets. IPMB, who's tokenizing gold. Spin Fashion, who's tokenizing luxury goods. Hydraulic, tokenizing business IP, and more. Our competition is Arcade, NFT, Blur, and Gandhi. These are incredible companies, but they're just loan marketplaces. So basically, all these dApps are sending all their users and assets over to these guys. And again, what separates us is that we're using financial data with AI to provide new loan opportunities while providing our API SDK. So that means brands could process these loans themselves versus sending users to other dApps. And how do we generate revenue? We charge a 2% origination fee for each loan we process. And our token launch is scheduled for Q3 of this year, where we're going to be rewarding users for borrowing, lending, and paying back their loans on time. Yeah, and this is the future of DeFi. I hope you join us. We're raising 2 million out of 10 million posts. Again, we've already secured 1.5 out of this. So yeah, we hope you join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, July, for your great pitch. Any questions? You have 2 more minutes. If you want to have a question, please just unmute yourself.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick here. Are you do you have a Web3 champion to help you with the sales? I think it's awesome. I've been looking for a platform like this. Sorry, everybody. For my community. Micro lending is what we want to do for the DAO. Just as we don't want to get too deep into it, just more of the ethical, on-chain micro lending. And this is perfect.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to highlight that Triton, not only is he the third largest liquidity provider for like NFT, DeFi, and Arcade, he's actually in the top 5 holder of Pudgy Penguins, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Crypto Punks. We're all Bored Ape members as well, ourselves. And actually, one of my co-founders is one of the biggest Jack Butcher and collectors as well. So we're very known.
Are you on ApeChain? You're on ApeChain?
We are not on ApeChain. We're on Ethereum mainnet, but we do want to expand to ApeChain.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
One more question. Okay, I guess it was very clear. Happy to connect you two guys afterwards. So then we go on to the next startup. Chris, are you ready? You would be the next one from Sports Value Markets.
Yeah. Let me share my screen.
Can you see my screen or
Yes.
not? Okay, so one moment, I need to reduce this somehow. Okay, I'm the founder of Sport Value Markets, which allows you to turn your sport knowledge into profit. I'm myself ex-software engineer, and I used to be a CTO in a similar company, Web2 company, that has created a stock market for football. What is the problem we're trying to solve? Essentially, people who are trying to make money trading or betting don't make money. Most people lose money. Actually, it's pretty shocking. Even retail trading platforms, 99% of people who try to make money lose money. And I think for sports, it's something more like 95%. Now, there has been a lot of interest in fantasy sports. A lot of people are passionate about fantasy sports. It's a different way to engage with sports, but it's not really a way to make money. It's more like a hobby. So this fantasy games really don't offer the same kind of thrill as trading. So what we're trying to offer is a solution, is a no-loss betting alternative. So we're tokenizing athletes. It's a Web3 platform in the protocol. People are not really betting and risking those tokens. Essentially, holding those tokens entitles users to receive points, bonus points, or payouts that are proportional to the performance of those athletes. Essentially, when they score a goal, when they do positive action. That's something that is common in the fantasy sports world. So this is what it looks like. I can pass through. I can answer questions later on how exactly it works. So the market opportunity is, I think we total addressable market is a blend between the sports betting market, the fantasy sports market, and all kind of sport tokens like fan tokens, all kind of NFTs and so on. The service of addressable market is estimated about 10%. I mean, if you do really, really well. But realistically, in the short term, our target market is $360 million. So in terms of competition, we're positioning more ourselves actually closer to Sorare, which has been very successful. The Sorare is more like an NFT platform, and it's really close to fantasy sports, where we're offering more of a trading experience, and we are more decentralized. Business model, we're earning fees from trading and token issuance. Essentially, it's a token factory, a little bit like Pump.Fun. Traction, we're pre-funding, so essentially we've been reaching out to people manually, and however, it's all based on the assumption that we can get the same interest as we had with Football Index, which was the company I worked for, which only the UK had more than 500,000 people, active accounts. Roadmap, we've built proof of concept. MVP is pretty much done on base. And we're working on funding at the moment. The team is myself, ex-footballing CTO. Marcel is a professional footballer, ex-professional footballer. He's a serial entrepreneur. Adam is a CMO. And Jamie, who is ex-Chili's, another fan token platform. Yeah, as I said, we're looking for pre-seed. Haven't really started fundraising at the moment. We'll start very soon. And that's it for me. Thank you very much. Any questions?
I maybe didn't get it. So you're working with someone who is an ex-Chili's. Chili's is actually also based here in Malta.
Yes.
Again, how are you going to, like, what is your niche and what is different from you to Chili's? Because they have been in the game since 2018 and they've been capturing this quite holistic, right? So what is like, I didn't get the value proposition exactly.
Yeah, so Chili's, they offer fan tokens, and I don't, essentially we're trying to give monetary value. You know, when you own tokens, you receive financial payouts just for owning them. But the payouts, this is the GameFi element. The payouts depend on the performance of a player, exactly the same way you do in fantasy sports. And this is a model that has been tested in Web2 in a centralized platform called Football Index, which was very successful in the UK and fully regulated.
Okay, so the difference is that you get a yield, so to say, depending on the
Yield,
performance.
exactly. So the idea is that you're not betting. You don't put your tokens at stake. You can't lose them. But what the gaming element is that the amount of, say, dividends you can get, it depends on the game. It depends on real life events, how much they're going to score when they play. So it's converting real life events into financial rewards.
Okay.
Yeah, and I understand that that's the part that is difficult to explain because it's a new concept, it's a new product, and we need to work really on explaining it really well.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Chris, for sharing your presentation. So the next one is Alvin Yap. Are you ready to pitch?
Yes, let me just share my screen.
Thank you.
Okay, everything's good, yeah? You guys can see it, okay.
Yes, all good.
All right, cool. Yeah, so my name's Alvin. I'm the co-founder of Alteredverse. My background is in gaming, game development, and as well as in digital twins. So I'm combining the two technologies in this project that I'm working with. This is a seed round. We've been kind of bootstrapping. We spent about close to $500,000 in the last 12 months building the product. The problem we're solving is that there are brands out there, like Nike, Adidas, and all that. They're already having their own innovation labs, engaging in gamified virtual worlds. But the other brands who want to do it don't have that in-house expertise, and they're all looking to create this kind of virtual experience. So there exists a critical gap in the market. And so we are building a platform to allow these brands to connect to the Gen Z and Gen Alpha who are already spending significant amounts of time in a gaming world. So these are the next generation of shoppers who are going to be gamers. And so this is an example what we've done. We've signed an MOU with our government to digitize a famous shopping district in Singapore. So we take the geospatial data, use it as a guide to turn it into virtual worlds. AI and blockchain are just tools for us to kind of ingest real world data into the virtual world. And we kind of have payment systems and e-commerce running. So why now? It's because you've seen a lot of AI and 3D technologies that's advancing better and hardware and software in the 3D space. The next gen shoppers, they are gonna be very used to this kind of medium. And that's why a lot of brands are starting to see like, what worked in the last 40 or 30 years, what's happening in the next 30 or 40 years. So there's a real concern that they may become irrelevant if they don't start innovating. So that's why I think the retail sector loves what we're doing in terms of the experience side. So this is a B2B2C model. So we'll charge custom fees for creating experiences within our platform, and then we'll also do virtual item sales. In terms of traction, we've started with the MOU with our government. And then we've got some early partners, malls and retailers, hotels that's come on board. And we recently just signed a grant with Immutable. Immutable also, have Marvel X from the Korea side coming in. So I think that's we having the people to work with in terms of gamers and all that won't be a key problem for us. One of the go-to-market strategies is to work with brands that already have a database of like 500,000 to 5 million users. So we are building our community organically. We're in a space where the market is growing and it continues to grow in the next 10 years. Looking at how esports have grown, potentially what we can do is also in-game advertising as well. These are some of our, very big competitors. We are a startup punching above our weight. Looking at the intersection of several technologies. Meta, when they started Metaverse, changing their name and all that, they kind of ignored that for a while. But if you take a look at the amount of computer vision papers that's being published by them, you know that something's happening. And recently they relaunched their Horizons, 50 million grant to get creators to go on board as well. So I think the whole Metaverse is going to have a reboot 2.0. We've recently seen Roblox signing a deal with Shopify, so we know that something's happening there. And just a couple of months back, a Korean-based company backed by Lotte World called Caliverse is also doing something similar. It's just that they're not focusing a lot on the AI portion side. So these are some of the screenshots. There'll be NFTs being sold here. The non-player characters, they are NFTs, they are AI-powered. Users are able to change the background, attach their own knowledge base, etc., and all that. Entertainment has to be there. So we're going to build a lot of multiplayer, social kind of games. This world is going to be based on real world locations, so there'll be some emotional attachment. We're starting with Singapore. We're going to go, to all the major cities where there's interesting shopping districts around the world, and of course, we will curate more and more shopping deals. So this is an example of how we scrape merchants' website, grab those graphics and then use computer vision to turn them into 3D. It's not perfect. We still need to get artists to get into the details, but give it a year, the model is going to get better and better. And that's how we power virtual assistants inside the world and get product placements inside. This is a team. It's a combination of gaming, geospatial experience, including deep learning and e-commerce. This is 30 seconds of a trailer to give a better understanding. So this is Takashimaya. The Vocal Orchard is our partner. And so people can come into this world and kind of interact, discover products along the process. We're going to create a lot of these things like Portal, where it's not just branded, multiplayer and all that, but actually we can work with communities. We've just onboarded some meme communities on board. So we're going to give them their own portals for them to educate the public and talk about what their project is all about. So the last thing I want to say is that so we recently clinched a major partnership based in the Philippines. They've got a community of about 5 million people. We're going to use the same platform to help create a virtual engagement for their community. We are raising SAFE with token warrants, a seed round of $3 million. This is the tokenomics is currently under review. And yeah, so that's us. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what we're building. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alvin, for the presentation. Any questions? If you have questions, just unmute yourself, please.
Just very cool project.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Anything to add? Okay, guess you explained everything very well. Then let's move on to the next one, which is Francesco from BitVaulty. Are you ready?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. Can you see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Francesco Madonna. I'm the founder of BitVault. BitVault is a software solution which is able to aim to set new standards in both self-custody for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and cybersecurity for the normal IT world. Let's address the elephant in the room. The self-custody as it is today is not bulletproof. I could argue it's not really safe at all because it cannot really protect the user from the two major attacks which are so dangerous, which are the physical attacks and the digital attacks. If we talk about physical attacks or digital attacks, people used to protect themselves by employing two techniques, which are utilizing a decoy wallet, which can be easily handed over to the attacker with a small amount of crypto, Bitcoin. And the other one is by utilizing a multi-signature wallet, a multi-sig wallet, and by storing the different 2 or 3 keys in different geolocation, across different geolocation. Well, these two techniques work unless the attacker doesn't know how many Bitcoin you have. So that can happen for data leaks and you don't pay attention or retaliation. It's very unsure. The recent system so far is like a timed vault in the bank where nobody attacks the bank because they know in advance not even the employee can open the safe. When they break into the room. So we want to apply the same concept here and to put into self-custody to allow people to be actually their own bank. And we do that thanks to our technology, which is a time delay over multi-sig technology, all bound together, merged together, plus secret notification. This is really the final solution for self-custody, and it's possible because there is a way where this technology can force a time delay, which has to be trustless, open source, and non-custodial. And the only way to achieve that is to utilize a convenience service, which is open source, can be self-hosted or managed by BitVault or by other firms. We are open to have a white label. We are open to integrate with all of the other wallets. We have patent pending in the US with this solution. And it's really, from the selling standpoint, is a really wide range of opportunities. Basically, all of the exchanges, instead of losing the Bitcoin, they can just make the user to utilize a BitVault wallet and just timestamp the transaction if they want to move the coins, while empowering the user to hold their coins in self-custody. This way, they monetize even on the coins people they just buy and withdraw. And there is a big market also for the wallet. The solution is written in Rust, so it can be easily integrated in all of the sort of stacks. There are some screens we show how it works is basically the attacker doesn't have to trust you, the victim, to tell them that there is a time delay wallet. The attacker can see himself that there is a countdown, so he has to trust you. And it also works against attacks, because as soon as they penetrate your device, they steal the blockchain security and friction of the time delay on the Bitcoin blockchain. Bitcoin blockchain can be a best layer for security, and other blockchains can on top utilize the proof of work and security of Bitcoin to secure the other tokens as well. So our solution is even bigger than that. It's a cybersecurity solution. We can very well protect Bitcoin, crypto. We can very well protect data as well. And we're going to protect data for CRM, for local networks, against, we believe we can build a digital vault on Liquid Network to secure all sorts of data in a way with a gatekeeper and with the auditability, trackability, without the user has to trust of the code of the cybersecurity provider, which is kind of ridiculous, because you don't want to have a reactive measure, you want to have a preventive measure, but who can guarantee that the time of the security provider hasn't been hacked? Nobody. So we sort out this problem thanks to Bitcoin blockchain. So the maximum expert in the sector have expressed a good word to us. This is Giacomo Zucco. Elio Brosso is a coin developer. We have 300 beta testers, 5 letter of intents B2B. We have a tiered model for business with basic, standard, premium tier. We go double less expensive than the Casa and chain. We just charge $45 mark for month for the premium package, and they have a 400 ARPA for B2B and B2C combined. The cybersecurity market is huge. It's almost $300 billion, $280 billion, and we're going to get there. And so there is a lot of potential on this project, not only for Bitcoin crypto, but also for the normal IT world. It's a programmable layer blockchain, and we utilize it to secure data in the normal IT world. We're going to use a funnel of marketing, a little bit CSO3 with the current metrics. Tell us there is a great interest already. And if we compare our solution to other wallets, it's really clear that nobody can give the security of time and decentralization as we do with our solution, because the time delay, the time involved, there isn't in the market right now. We bring it as a new entrant. And the team is pretty skilled. I'm Francesco Madonna, the founder of Bitcoin for many years. And Janusz Nowakowski, the CEO, is ex-Google, ex-Bank of International Settlement. Then we have Luca Esposito, is an ex-Microsoft, is the head of sales. We have Marco Zoll, is specialized solicitor in digital asset. Luca Venturini is advisor in Bitcoin. We are going to raise $1 million at seed round, or now we are pre-seed asking for 250,000 at the 4.5 million cap incorporated in the US under safe note or convertible note. Thank you very much. If any question, I'm here.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Any questions?
So I'm the last one, so I guess let's just have some fun, because we are just creating an actual game. So yeah, my name is Aurimas Barauskas. I'm a CEO and a co-founder of Arcane Studios. And I have a quick question for you. So what would happen if the history giants were revived and given a tech upgrade? Yes, they would fight against one another until death in order to rule over the world. So we are creating something really cool, which is a fighting game. It's called Alteredverse Deathmatch. And it's a fast-paced combat game, kind of similar to Mortal Kombat, but with its own set of unique features and obviously layer 2. Blockchain layer. So why this game? Well, there is a big market out there, and it's growing every day. We all know the big boys, the Tekkens, the Mortal Kombats, the Street Fighters. But here's the thing, in Web3, although many tried, many have also failed, and we think we can be the ones to do it. So when we spotted the opportunity, we started working on it right away. We had a kind of successful crowdfunding back in 2022 on our pre-seed round, and we also started having our first revenue last year. We also compared ourselves to other similar projects, and the production capability that we have, it's pretty good what we've done compared to our our fundraising efforts. Of course, we are bootstrapping as well. So here's what we are building. This is our baby. We build cool 3D maps. Our team is making sure that every character will have its own unique fighting styles, according to those historical figures. And we really want players to strategize and actually just to have fun, which is kind of missing in Web3, I guess. So we had our first tournament in Lithuania last year, and we're going to have another one in 3 months from now. And sort of our approach with Web3 is that it's gradual. So you play the game just as a regular game, but then you encounter new different features, and some of them are Web3. For example, token wagering or paid tournaments and customization, right? So through weapons, body parts, or accessories, which are dropped to a player if they achieve something, suddenly they realize that those are NFTs, and we educate them, and this way they learn that they are playing a Web3 game. So this is our take on, not take, but this is our way of introducing the gamers into the world of Web3. Also, we have a token, which is big part of Eternus economy, and different features in the game triggers the token to do different things in order for it to grow. We have a cool team. We are a passionate bunch of individuals with quite a bit of experience among us all, and our aim is to fail fast and learn quickly from our mistakes, but we managed to avoid the most critical mistakes, I would say, because we are also part of Gamevolution, which is a blockchain incubator for gaming companies. They helped us in various different things to grow and help us with our network, with our partners and advisors. And sort of obviously, we work on the game since 2021, so the roadmap is pretty long. But I guess just to recap a couple of things that we've done at the end of the year and well, the beginning of this year is we already have like player leaderboards. We include we integrated Immutable, we integrated Altura infrastructure, character customization is almost done. I mean, the Web3 part, the database, the whole client and everything, white label NFT marketplace. And we also concluded our first airdrop already and announcing the winners tomorrow, actually. Sort of other big things or kind of semi-big things to note that we are also building a Telegram mini game. It's called Gandhi Combat. It's part of Eternus universe. And we're also building a disrupt and assist feature, which is going to become its own SDK. And these little or semi-bigger apps, which are not part of Eternus main game, also will have Sentinel, some sort of way of helping to grow the Sentinel token, simply speaking. So as I said, we raised a pre-seed round back in 2022, and we are looking to raise a seed round pretty much now of $224,000. And not only that, we are looking to partner up with someone, basically, we're looking for someone strategic, because we can still, bootstrap and continue building and come back stronger, asking for more, basically. So pretty much that. If any questions or anything, please shoot. Thank you very much for listening, and I invite you to build this wacky game with us together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and great presentation. Any questions?
I have a question. Could you give some what layer 2 is it built on? What were the qualifications for the airdrop? And do you have some info about the token allocation? I guess that's like capturing the value, right?
Sorry, so the chain, we're gonna be a multi-chain from the NFT standpoint. We already figured out the way how to do it and how to make everyone interested in working with us. So we are both working on Immutable, on Scale, Chroma. That's it basically, and we're talking to Tezos and bunch of other ones. What was the other question? Sorry.
The conditions for the airdrop, yeah, was it a lottery or what were the qualification criteria? What is the percentage and the allocation of the tokens in general?
Yeah, so basically we are airdropping 7% of our supply. We did 1/3 of it right now through Gleam. So you have to play the game, follow the socials, this and that, kind of like small proportions. We had around 6,000, I think about 6,000 participants. The other part will be through the Gandhi Combat game. So we will acquire a lot of users through Telegram. It's kind of easy. We are looking to partner up with some of those who already done it and have a good user base. So that's going to be one of the ways to airdrop the token and kind of acquire more people. And yeah, and did you ask what was the supply of the token, right?
I think I get it now. So it's like you say it's 7% for the airdrop and you airdrop 1/3 of that. Then I can see the market cap, and I can do the math based on that, like how much the airdrop was and what you're going to do in the future. I got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Ferris.
And how much are you planning to raise?
So 224,000. That's, by the way, as well, we have like three ways, three tokenomics, where the seed could be exponentially higher, but it really depends on the market conditions as well, you know, because it's a B2C kind of project where we can really become very, very well known if we bring great historical characters, which we are, and we're working on some that are currently existing, you know, so we are more like inclined to raise the bigger rounds through the public round, through the private, which would be on the launchpad, but it can also go the other way around. So it really depends who we partner up in the future, what sort of market conditions we are in, etc., etc.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sabine.
So now for sure, and we have everyone. Thanks, everyone. That was the last startup. And now I'm creating the breakout rooms. Thanks, everyone, again. And looking forward to fruitful discussions after. Bye-bye.